Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. Last time we came here to Clement Star with the plan of building out a very complicated production chain, and after thinking about it, I've decided we're not going to worry that much about exact numbers, about trying to get things exactly right. Instead, I'm going to use the tool I found, which is factoriolab.github.io, and we are going to just make enough. We're going to use our advanced miners and our ILS system, or rather our PLS system, to just make enough. Enough input that what we can produce will be good enough to build what we want. So, looks like... Where are you getting your carbon nanotubes from? Are we calling those in? Okay. So we're... No, where are they coming from then? They must be coming from ILS, right? We must be calling carbon nanotubes in here. So that's good. That means we don't need to worry... Yes, we don't need to worry about sulfur, because I don't think there's any oil or sulfur on this planet. Right? Yeah, there's no oil, and there's no sulfuric acid available. There is crude oil, so technically we could. But we're not going to worry about that. Our vessels just got a big upgrade from our research. Looks like they can now carry 80 items for the drones and 800 for the vessels. All right. So my current plan is to look for a location that has kind of one patch of each of the items we're looking for that's free. So we probably need to come down around this copper. There's coal there, iron there, copper there. We're not using that. And then titanium. Is there titanium anywhere near here? There's silicon over there that we're not using. Okay. What's close to this copper? Not a lot. There's coal veins here. How much of this is being harvested? Not too much. Okay, so we can get that coal. We can get the iron veins there. And then we can come over there for the silicon. So here's the idea. Let's see. Where do I want to do this? I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll come here first to this copper. Okay, so we got 11 copper veins here. Let's go ahead and throw down one of our advanced mining machines on this copper vein. Let's make sure we get all of it if we can. There we go. That's all of it. Okay. So once you're powered up, you're going to store... Let's see. The drones can carry, what, 80 at a time? So 800 maybe? Yeah, 800 seems like a good number. You'll store at most 800 ore. And then there'll be a constant flow of drones picking up ore here and taking it to a PLS system. So that's the first step. I think that's going to work. Okay. So there's copper. Let's check our power here. Yeah, we've got power to burn. All right. So there's copper, and then nearby is coal, right? Where's the coal that we were looking at? Over here. Okay. So some of this is in use, but we can fix that with a simple belt. There's a little bit in use here for... I don't want to disrupt what we've already got. So let's kill you for the moment. Let's put down another advanced miner over here to cover as much of this as we can. What's the right way to get as much of this as we can? Like we're missing out on one there. Okay. So then we'll reconnect you to this. And a little bit will trickle out there. The rest will go into PLS. Let me get rid of this extra bit of Mark 1. Okay. Let's get you powered on. So there's copper and coal. Okay. Let's set your limit also to, let's say, maybe a little bit more, because some of it will be going into here. Let's say, I don't know, 1,000. 1,000 coal's the max. Okay. So there's copper and coal. Let's go for iron next. Right here. Let's make sure this is all visible. Let's, yeah. Let's make sure these are all visible. There we go. Okay. Set down a miner. Same as before. I want to get as much of it as we can. We can get the whole patch like that. Looks good. Okay, power you on. And then we'll go get some silicon as well. There was a silicon veins over here. Okay. All right. Are any of you hidden? Don't think so. All right. Let me go ahead and snag a little more foundation. Let's put down an advanced mining machine. That covers the entire patch. Very nice. Get you powered on. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do next is, where do I want to set this up? That's the South Pole. So, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can put it down kind of anywhere we want. But I want to build the, I want to build my proliferator network first. Oh, there's more silicon right there. So here's my idea. We'll set down 2 towers first, 2 PLS towers. And we'll just set them down like a little bit apart like that. And the idea is, you're going to request copper ore, you're going to request iron ore, you're going to request silicon ore, and you're going to request coal, right? And you're going to be demanding these from those miners. So we'll set you at like 800 each, because these can carry 80 apiece. I guess we'll set you to 1,000. 1,000's fine. I don't know exactly how this is going to work. This is my first time playing around with this. Let's fill you up with those. Drones at 100%. Okay, so the ore comes here from around the planet, because we're demanding. And then around here, we do copper and iron and silicon and coal. But here, we supply to anybody who wants it. So let's again set our limits at 1,000. For now, we can change these if we need more throughput and if we think that changing this value works. So you guys are going to supply. And then I'm going to run belts between you. And what we'll do with the belts is we will proliferate all this ore. So everything on this planet is going to be proliferated. That's the goal, including the proliferator. So let's do copper and iron and silicon and coal. And we'll set some sprayers right here in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now we need power. Let's set that up like that. We need one. Does that cover all of them? It does cover all of them. Nice. Okay. So once these are connected to the network, ore flows in from the advanced miners to here, runs through here, the ore gets proliferated, then it goes out to anybody who's requesting it. The first requester will most likely be our proliferation building setup. So let's get into some production of that. Let's see. I think we'll come to the right here and then loop back around to begin proliferating our goodies. So let's say the only thing that's really going to come out of here directly on a belt is going to be the coal. So let's have coal come out here. And there we go. Now, I'm going to tab out and I'm going to look at my Factorio thingamajig. This is going to show me the flow. If you have a chance, take a look at this because it's really cool. The Proliferator Mark II that we're making for everything that I want is 107.7 per minute. And the machines, let's see. It says basically 1.5 machines to make 107. So, okay, so we'll put down 2. That should be fine. We come back into the game here. Okay, so I know I tabbed out and then you guys were just staring at a machine for a while. Oh, I guess I need to figure out... Let me go back to this flow diagram for 1 second. Where is the production of the first item? So if I go around here and look at Proliferator Mark 1, if I click on that node, it's just 1.5 machines, it seems. Taking in coal, and then some of the coal gets made into energetic graphite, some of that gets made into diamond, that feeds into the Mark II production. Yeah. So two machines making Mark I proliferator is more than enough. So I'll just start there. We'll just start with 2 machines. I guess we'll use Mark 1 since I don't need Mark 2s. I only need like 1.2 production, and this is 1.5 together. Let's take the coal off the line. Should I scale up a little bit for future use? These have less power draw. You know what? Let's add one more for good measure, I think. And then we'll start from here and build up to Mark III. And this will be the beginning of what we want to do. And I think I'll leave room to scale out to the left as well. All right. So you guys take in the coal. That's already, the filter's already set. Okay. You're all going to make Proliferator Mark 1. Okay, looks good. So then the Proliferator Mark 1, we do the output belts. Those come over here. I guess I will... Let's see. So the coal's proliferated. And then I need this Mark 1 stuff to be proliferated as well. So I'll leave space for... I think I'll go out a little bit further so that we have room to expand in the future if we want to. Yeah. So we'll come out to here. We'll double back around to leave space for power in the middle. And then we're going to have a sprayer here that's going to proliferate this. Okay. So then we come down over here and we start making Mark II. And again, we're going to leave ourselves room for the future. So these are going to produce, let's see, normally they would produce 120 per minute times 0.75 is 90 per minute. And there's 3 of them. So they're going to be producing 9 times 3 is 270. Okay. So if I go out, if I look at Proliferator Mark II here, that's going to require inputs of diamond as well. 90, this would make 60 and use 120, but it'll use 90 because it's at, well, if I downgrade this, it works out perfectly. So then we just have 3 again. Let me downgrade this. Okay. So you would normally need 120. But you'll only need 90 because you're at 75%. So 3 of these will be fine. We do need another line, however, for diamond. So the diamond's got to come from somewhere. I guess we'll do a line of diamond production up here. So let's get started on that. We'll do another line of the coal here, I guess. like this. Okay, so we're gonna need how much diamond? Uh, 45 for each. Times 3 is 135. Okay. So that's going to be a bunch of smelters. Let's start here. If I'm making diamonds, the recipe is 1-to-1 from energetic graphite. So I need about 135 energetic graphite. We'll make a little bit more, just to be on the safe side. So, let's see. You're going to make 30 per second. Why don't we make 150 to start? Right? So we'll make 150. We'll proliferate the output. Sounds good to me. And we need to make sure we leave room here for a belt to go through. So, let me make sure you're going to make 30 per minute. So we'll get 5 of you. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you'll pull coal off the line, and you'll make energetic graphite. Okay. Then your output will come over here and get proliferated. Looks like we need to move this a little bit, or figure out a way to snake it through. We probably, you know what we do? We move this down to the end because we did say we wanted to leave room for things to be proliferated. So let's remove you and let's put a sprayer here right at the end. Okay. And that means you can fit in here. You won't disrupt the... should we give it one more space? Let's give it one more space. Okay. So then your output is going to come over here to get proliferated. And we'll leave room for more again. And then you're going to come down and start coming this way to be turned into diamonds. So here's our outputs. Okay. Energetic graphite gets proliferated like that. Then comes around, and we start making diamonds. I think that's right. Okay, so we're making 150 diamonds per minute. I think it's 1-to-1. Yeah, it's 1-to-1. So if we have 150, we're making 30. We just need 15 of these. Okay. So, or 5 rather. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sounds good. So we're going to take in delicious energetic graphite. We leave ourselves room for expansion over here in the future. And then we take the diamonds. And again, we leave ourselves room for expansion. So we're going to come over to like here. Come down, leave room for power. Bring this over here to get proliferated. And then the diamonds come over here and join this line. And I forgot that this has to be back one, so let's move you back. By 1, there we go. Okay, so diamonds come out on this line, go around, get proliferated. Let's do outputs. Okay, looks good. That goes there like that. Okay, we got a nice fine line. Well, again, we'll just leave a little bit of room as we loop this around and over, just in case we need room in the future. Okay. So far, everything's being proliferated, and we've got room for expansion. This feels good. And then... We have enough diamonds. We said we needed 3 of these, right? Okay. So let's do inputs. Let's get 3 of you. Okay, we're leaving room for the future over here. Your output comes over here. And down and around and over like this. Actually, no, that's wrong. That's entirely wrong. Because it needs to come over here so it can get proliferated. Yeah, so even if we expand that way, we can still pull it over here to get proliferated. Okay, so this one actually goes like this. And then over here. Right, and then we do outputs of the Mark II stuff. We throw on the sprayer. Like that. Okay, so that comes around here. And then we can begin working on the Mark IIIs. So, Mark IIIs. Let's see. Mark III requires the carbon nanotubes. And it's 2 for 1. So, over here we're producing, let's see, 45 times 3 is 135. And then we use 2 of those here. So let's call that 130. We can support making up to well, half of 135 is what? Half of 134 would be 15 plus 2, 17 plus 50, so 67.5. Now this thing can do 30 multiplied by 0.75. So you can do 22.5. 3 of them would get me 66. Yeah, 3 of these will exactly consume that. I think that's right. Now this is going to be proliferated in its output. So hold on. Let me think that through. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just do 3. I think 3 is fine. We are going to need to get carbon nanotubes from somewhere. Which we want to be proliferated. So let's just add a line here. This line will be proliferated as well. Like that. And you're going to be coming from, I think, we'll give you a little bit of space and we'll get a logistics drone setup going. Where is the nearest source? Where is the... This guy has the carbon nanotubes, right? We're pretty far away. So I think we need an ILS here. But that's okay because we can use that same ILS to put in the finished product. Let's get another ILS over here. And you will request carbon nanotubes from PLS, or rather, this is the PLS. We'll request carbon nanotubes from ILS. And where are carbon nanotubes? There we go. Min load of drones, maximum. I mean, like 1,000 should be fine. We don't want to clog it up with too much stuff. Okay. And then later we'll have you distribute proliferator around to whoever wants it. So let's have carbon nanotubes come out of here. I think there's a part of me that resists using too many of these because I'm worried about like power draw and like, but I just need to use them. That's what they're for, right? Okay. So we're going to have, yeah, this should be fine. We'll leave room for expansion. We'll put down 3 producers. I think we're going to have enough for Mark 1s here. And I know we're going to need a lot of... We're going to need definitely a lot of proliferator on this planet. So I think we'll use Mark 1s here. Okay. So you're going to pull in your goodies. Let's do that. You'll pull in what you need. And then we'll have your output belt over here. It's going to run over in this direction. This is going to be proliferated as well. And what's going to be interesting here is we're going to proliferate ourselves with ourselves. So yeah, that should be interesting if I can make that work. Okay, there's your output. Let's get 3 of you. 2, 3. Okay. So I think we do this with a splitter. I think we put a splitter here where we use one of the multi-level ones like this. Okay, so first, hold on. Let's come out to here and then over here and then up through all these proliferators. Okay. So as proliferator comes off, its priority is going to be here to fill this line first so that everything gets proliferated. And then what's coming through will be proliferated after the first few. So then we'll be getting more proliferations on our proliferations. And then anything that comes through after that is free to go into PLS. You get a couple stacks of this going here. Okay. I think this feels good. This feels like it's working correctly. Okay. So you are going to supply Proliferator Mark II to anybody who wants it, and we're going to limit you to like 1,000. Okay. I think all this looks good, and it looks like it's extensible, and it looks like it's going to work. Looks like I did not go far enough. You need to come over here, all the way up to there. And then the other place we need you is right here. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit more space here. We're going to continue out to like, out to here maybe, and then come over here. And just make sure this looks right. Go to there. Okay. And let's get this set up. Looks good. Okay. So a lot of the early proliferator is going to be backfilling this belt, but once it's full, everything will be fine. And we should see it begin to flow into the system. Okay, so ores are proliferated. Graphene is proliferated. Diamonds are proliferated. Mark I is proliferated along with the diamonds. Mark II is proliferated along with the carbon nanotubes, and the output proliferates itself and everything else, and then the remainder goes into the tower. And this is extensible, so we can build more if we want. I feel like this is a really, really solid design. I'm really happy with it. It takes up a lot of space, but the extensibility is key for me. So this is going to draw quite a bit of power. Let's go ahead and get set up with power towers and turn it all on and see what happens. So you're going to get everything there, right? Looks good. We'll come over here with you. Okay. We can get more of this like this. Looks good. Let's see. That system is connected. Okay. We've got room for these three. We got room for you over here. Okay. We've left room for you. We can throw one down for you. And we can power you on as well. Okay. So, looks like ore is already flowing in. Let's see if this system works as intended. 30 minutes to get quite a nice factory setup going. And as a bonus, we've got proliferated iron, silicon, and copper available for smelting elsewhere. So let's see. Some of the materials are flowing in. There's the copper. All we really need is the coal. What am I missing here? I missed outputs on these. Okay. We can fix that. So you output your goodies there. Okay. So Proliferator Mark I has been made. What are we missing here? The diamonds? Okay. What happened with the coal? Did I never set the filter, that's why. Okay. All right, we're learning, we're getting there. So out comes the coal, which gets turned into graphite. It's not getting proliferated yet because we haven't produced the proliferation yet. But that will catch up. So Now we're making diamonds. Diamonds are flowing around. We're making Mark II. Okay, the Mark II starts going. Now we're making Mark III. That flows here. Goes into the proliferator. Okay, as things speed up, we'll see more and more coming out. That one's full. Okay, so now we're going to be proliferating the carbon nanotubes. We can see that's working. Very nice. Okay. Now we're starting to proliferate the inputs here, which means these should now be making more. As soon as the carbon nanotubes catch up, they'll be making extra for me. Okay. I think this setup works. I think it looks to me like it's working. We're filling everything in. Soon enough, the ore and the coal will be coming in. And then, like, once this catches up, the entire system will be proliferated, which will be super productive. And if you look, you can see the proliferator itself is proliferated, which means I think it gets extra sprays. Extra products, 25%. I'm pretty sure we're getting, instead of getting 60 sprays, I think we're getting 75 here. All right, so the proliferator is now flowing over to Ore Town. So all these ores are getting proliferated. So the whole system is working as intended. Once this fills up and starts backing up, we'll start to see, let's see. You're almost full. This should start backing up any minute now. You're full. You're full. You're full. You're full. And it's starting to back up. Okay. I think the thing I love most about this design is that I left it extensible. So if I want to add 3 more, if I want to double this, I add 3 more of these, 5 more of these, 5 more of those, and there's room for it. And if we need to go even further, we can. We'd have to move this line somehow. Yeah, we'd have to move this line left. But we could go even bigger. I don't think we'll need to. I think this is going to produce quite a lot. Because once everything is proliferated, these are going to be producing... Yeah. So 75 plus 37.5 is what, 112.5 per minute times 75 sprays is like an absolute crap ton. I think this is going to provide all the proliferator we need for a good long while. Yeah, we can see it's backing up over here. So once this line fills up, then the splitter will start pushing it into the PLS here, and then it'll be available to the network elsewhere. So the next thing we can do is we can go somewhere else and we can build like a copper smelting line and a silicon smelting line and an iron smelting line that takes proliferated ore and proliferator and feeds all of that into another tower. And then all those ingots are available for something else. So I think I've put off using this kind of design for a long time because it felt wasteful of these towers to me. But now that now that I have automated production of them, like, it takes me a couple minutes to fly back home and get another stack of towers. And I still have 7 left in my inventory right now. That doesn't even, like, I haven't even touched my PLS yet. So it feels pretty good. It feels like this is a very viable system for getting large scale up and running without worrying too much about ratios. Like, I had to do a little bit of math to make this internal setup work, but basically I've got like 100 proliferator per minute available. And I'm using like a tiny fraction of it to do all the self-proliferation here, but I feel like you can see it's catching up already. So pretty soon, we're gonna have all this great material available to the network. Now I do wonder, looking at that advanced miner, have I provided big enough limits here? And it looks like I have. This is basically full, non-stop. Same over here, except for coal. So coal, actually, it seems like maybe we should increase the coal allowance here. We should double this to 2,000. Because that way, the coal that we're using here, I think the PLS can handle it. And the miner certainly can. We just upgraded more technology. Yeah, so there's more coal coming in. And now we should see more making its way into this tower. Should be filling up. Because the line pulling it out shouldn't be using that much, I don't think. Let's see, is this starting to fill up now? Wow, it's going out as fast as coming in still. Are we using that much coal, really? I mean, this is a Mark III belt, so it should be able to handle 1,800 coal per minute. Oh, it's going over from here over to here. Oh, that's a problem. I only want this to, okay, so that's, how do I fix that? How do I, oh, this is a problem with my design. So this is supplying coal to, or copper to this, which is demanding it. I don't want it doing that. I want it coming exclusively from, the miner. Oh, that's a problem. So this has to be storage. I can't demand it. Or is it the other way around? Did I do this backwards? How did I do this? I want you demanding from the mining network. For sure. Then everything gets proliferated and stored in here. So this has to be storage, I guess. And then how do I fix this? Oh boy, I'm gonna need some help here. We did attract a relay station, but that's back at Alwade. So does anybody, like, if you guys are watching this and you're just realizing this, or maybe you saw it early, I want you guys to demand from the miners, and then I want it to go in here and be stored. But I also want to supply it, but I don't want to supply this ILS or this PLS. So, if you demand drone transport range 180 degrees, so you have to have the range to demand from the miners. And then if I hit supply on this, then we have a problem because it'll fly next door, and I don't want that. That means what? How do I fix this? I guess. So for starters, I guess I use logistics networks. So I output bots here and then the logistics flies it where it needs to go. That could be one way to do it. Do I have enough belts for that? I've got 2 belts here and 2 belts here. Yeah, I could make that work. One thing I do need to do, well, no, I don't need to delete this. We'll get there eventually. Okay, so you're demanding ore from the miners. That's fine. Then it feeds into storage here. Some of the coal immediately goes out. And then to get it from the storage here, I either have to belt it or I have to put it into logistics bot networks. Okay. Okay, it's not quite... I would love it if you could say, like, you know, demand, but not from PLS, demand from miners. Like, I wish there was a checkbox here for where I could demand from. If I could demand only from miners, that would be perfect. Because the alternative is that I belt the miners over here and we don't demand, and then we supply through this. So if I had to do it that way, I'd have to run belts from, and that sort of defeats the purpose, right? I mean, the reason I need it to work this way is so that I can proliferate all the ore in one location. So either I belt out of storage here, or I put it into a logistics network that flies it with bots so that they don't interact with this, with PLS. I could do that. I could make that work, I think. Yeah, I think I can make that work. So let's say, I mean, where do I have belts available? I have 2 belts here, and I have 2 belts there. One coal is already in use. So like, we could do, I think I can make this work. So we'll do like another coal belt that comes out like this. And then we'll do a belt that comes out like this. So I need 1, 2, 3. And then we just put down depots, right? So we'll do, I don't know how many can I fit here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we'll set your automation limit to like two blocks. And then we'll make 3 of you. And then I'll make 3 over here, like this. We'll feed, these should all have limits. Okay, we'll feed in the coal. Okay. We'll need power here. We can do it not quite like that. If I bring it to here, that gets everything? Okay. So you're going to be coal, for example, and you'll be copper. And we'll put logistics networks on you so you can supply to anybody who needs. So you're going to distribute to other distributors. Okay, looks good. Need a little bit more power, looks like. Distribute to others. Okay. So we can do it like this. I don't actually know if we need 3 of these. We probably don't, but the coverage on these is very huge. So if they have to fly halfway around the world, we might need more bots to get the input we need, or the throughput we need. But this should work. So you demand from miners, you proliferate all the ore. All of this ore should be proliferated. Or it will be eventually. This stuff should be. Yeah, this stuff should be. And then anybody who wants it can get it from the logistics network rather than PLS. And then we'll do the same thing over here for iron and silicon. This will work. One, 2, 3. Okay. You have your automation, you have your input. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now if I put you here, are you still set to copper? You are. All right, so let's grab you before we put our inputs in. Okay, let's do power. Like that. So we'll set you to silicon and we'll set you to iron. Yeah, you're silicon. Your iron ore. Okay. So with this, looks like it did sort of No, it didn't. All right, copy, paste, paste. Copy, paste, paste. Okay, there we go. So now this is set up the way I want. So what we have to be careful of is we don't supply any of these ores from PLS. So if we want these ores, we don't demand them from PLS. We don't supply them from PLS. We've got a centralized location where they're going into logistics network. So we ask for them from logistics, and then they'll be available. This is backed up now. So the full system is online. We're producing fully proliferated proliferator. And it's going somewhere. Somebody's asking for it. That's interesting. Who's asking for that? And do we need more? Let's see. You are demanding proliferator from PLS. Okay. So where else is it being demanded? Let me take a look. I'm still figuring this out, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see. You're supplying. You're supplying as well? I don't think we want you to supply. I think we want you to be storage. Let's check. No, I guess you do. I guess you are supplying, aren't you? What the hell are we using these stalagmite crystals for? Oh, for production of... You're where my carbon nanotubes are coming from. Okay, excellent. So I think we actually... shut this down. What is this? This is... I mean, we can supply this as well from here, I guess. The one thing we got to do is proliferate itself so that everything we're supplying is fully proliferated. Let's do that. This can keep running. I guess that's fine. Let's break this up. Let's get our splitter in here. It's too close. All right, we'll move it over here. Let's have you come like this into there. Seems fine. This is the wrong type of splitter. I need that one. Yeah, okay. Then you go in here. And we've run out of Mark 1s, so... Alright, you feed into that. And then the extra comes out of here. Lack of item. Okay, we're gonna have to delete this. And go with... I guess we're gonna have to delete the whole thing. So you're gonna come out of here and go in here and then into this. Okay. So now we should see this proliferating itself ever so slowly. And then it's fine if this supplies as well. It'll just slowly add to the network. So who's demanding it all? Where's it all going? I guess we can follow... We can follow the flyer. Where are you going? Oh wow, look at the hive. Look at how close the hive is right now. Whoa. Wow. How's that for impressive? That's cool. All right. I got to wrap this episode up. Let's follow the drone and see where it's taking... Where are you taking the proliferator? Not here. Not here. Here. Okay. You're demanding proliferator for the the processor plant, and I'm okay with that. It should catch up and fill up the storage here fairly quickly. And so once it hits 1,000, then more will stockpile back at our supply tower. So that's all fine and dandy. That means we have proliferator for our processors. And we had enough before with that one dinky little one. So the only reason it's being drawn out right now is because we had 1,000 limit here that wasn't filled up. We can see it's already up to 724. So it's draining very slowly. It'll fill up quickly, and then it'll stockpile back over there for use elsewhere. So overall, I feel like this was a pretty productive episode. I feel like I learned a lot about building this type of build, and I didn't have to think too hard about like numbers and ratios. I was just like, okay, let's make enough. And I'm particularly happy that this is extensible because we can produce a lot more. This is producing 100 a minute in change. So it'll take 10 minutes to fill up over there, and then it'll take 10 minutes to fill up here, and then it'll just be, it'll be stuck until we start using it. So yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of this build. I feel like this was really well designed, and I'm happy with it. Let me know what you think in the comments below the video. And other than that, I guess we're done for this episode. When we come back next time, looking at my flow chart, we need to make, let's see, with the proliferator done, we need to make a bunch more energetic graphite. We need to make a bunch of ingots and magnets. So yeah, looks like I need about 200 magnets. I need something like 450 iron ingots. I need about 60 high purity silicon, and I need about 330 copper ingots. So next episode, we'll be making those, and maybe the energetic graphite as well. Some of that has already gone into production of, let's see, there's some graphene that we need that we can get from energetic graphite. Oh, graphene might be hard. Yeah, so we need some graphene for the particle containers, and we need some more for the super alloy ammo box. Or no, that's actually carbon nanotubes. Carbon nanotubes we can get easily. But the graphene for the particle containers is rough. Because we don't have any sulfuric acid. Yeah. Sulfuric acid is going to be hard to come by. So graphene's a little bit of a sticky wicket. We might import that from off-planet, I think. Or maybe we just import the particle containers, because that's... Yeah, we can use carbon nanotubes, which we can get cheaply for the super alloy ammo boxes. But the particle containers, the graphene's going to be rough for that if we produce it locally. So I'm not sure about that. Anyway, that's going to be it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm pretty happy about this. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. So even if you're not usually a commenter, let me know what you think about this. Is this smart, or am I still doing it? Am I still doing it dumb? I want to hear back from you guys. And other than that, we'll see you next time. Take care.